again, he's his own player. Just respect and understand it's flattering, but at the end of the day, that's not going to carry you through the league. It's what you do with the opportunity. Had a lot of success and experience in the league. Obviously, you expect Trey to kind of carve out his own lane and again be himself. He didn't have to be anybody else but himself.
Welcome back to The Jump. You just heard Steph Curry's reaction to people trying to compare Trey Young's game to his. So, I mean, are people still trying to compare these two?
Footers. I mean,
a lot of guys
pass. I mean, he. I mean, it was easy to make that comparison. There has always been comparison. We compared Kobe to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always
Yeah, Paul Pierce, right? Like, because he was drafted.
Well, I mean, and we're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out. It's not just media. It's also front offices. What Curry said in that piece right. Nash.
Right.
I said, did you see Black Nash? What did Black Nash do? Flattering, but you can't live off of.
No,
well, I'm the next. You got to go out there.
those comparisons.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're headed in the right direction to being compared to Steph Curry.
I just hate the comparisons of outliers, right? Like Steph Curry, I know that
Like
he's
Clarence Weatherspoon's the next.
the next Dwayne Wade. Like those were
Oh
comparisons.
no, Justice Winslow's the next Dwayne Wade. He's got a Wade-esque game. I was like,
I don't
what are y'all
remember that.
talking about?
That does happen a lot.
Yeah, I mean, look, like you said. If there's a player compared to Paul Pierce, right? If there's a guy who's a jump out. So we do that because we're trying to figure out, like, where do you fit in the league? Right. Because if you don't fit, you better. Allen Iverson was. It's hard to say that he's going to be the next Barkley because there wasn't one before him, and there hasn't been one since. And that's why kind of like we're trying to find something to compare you to.
Right.
Hot, I would say, scoring 18 points in the first quarter on 6 of 7 shooting from the floor. So, Paul, what did you learn from Curry's flurry last night? The camera. Get this man a one shot.
Oh, man.
A single.
Where are we at?
Well,
right now,
there's Curry.
It's obvious the effect that he has on the game.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I think he's the leading candidate for MVP. If he keeps up this play, the Warriors are going to be in first by the end of the year.
Yeah.
His numbers are off the charts. Right now, he's going to win his third MVP possibly this year.
The game is not only so easy for him, but it makes it easier for everyone else when he plays that way. He outscored, I want to say he outscored the Hawks in the first quarter by himself.
Yeah, I think so.
He scored a point for every year that Trae Young has been on this earth. Except for maybe, like,
in the first quarter.
Like, that's kind of wild when you think about it, but what he does more than the points and the great shooting and all that is you see how much fun he's having out there.
Right.
And for the Warriors, we saw that in this tough stretch for them. They're a team that runs on joy. Some teams run on anger. Like, we mad, we playing out here mad. Yeah. That's not the Warriors. They run on joy, and their joy engine is Steph Curry.
Well, yesterday on the show, remember we talked about Steve Kerr talking about kind of the style they were playing, and we said, well, they're kind of playing, or I said, they're playing KD ball.
KD ball, yeah.
Right? Which is a little different than the way the Warriors naturally play. Now, they had to do it out of necessity, where there's a lot more isolation, but this is what the Warriors are supposed to look like.
The number I put out there yesterday is since Curry way higher than their regular average of 10 when those guys play, and when those two are on the floor at the same time, Steph and Draymond, 8 ISOs per 100 possessions. That's 30th in the league by far.
Right.
If we put them with all the other team ranks.
Moving on, the Brooklyn Nets Instagram feed shared a nice little alley-oop from Shabazz Napier to Kenneth Faried. Harmless enough, right? No big deal. But then Faried liked a few of the comments to the video, including one that reads, "Get that bum Jared," as in Dudley, "off the court and start giving my guys some more minutes. You cheating him." So after the game last night, read the comments because people talk to me in a negative way too. So I just, I saw what happened. And I went and buying his apology.
I mean, I'm buying the apology, but I'm not buying he didn't. And unlike it again.
Okay.
I mean, come on, you don't like comments unless you read them. You know.
Comments like, see, like,
okay, that's fair.
Is he throwing alley-oops to his buddies? Like, if I like it, then maybe my buddy will get more follows and more. Right. Like, it's such a stupid exercise to do. It's one thing to like, a picture or whatever, but when you're going through comments. Yeah, like, and remember, it's not like those comments are like 2 or 3. If the Nets posted it, like these.
Right, it's probably like 1,000.
There's 100 comments. You're gonna read through them all? Come on, man.
Well, I'll make the case for him. I'll try. So when I'm rolling through my Instagram, I'll like, but they're pictures or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll like pictures.
You might accidentally by accidentally double tap.
And usually I'll just like a lot of pictures in a row because I know the people that are sending them out. But occasionally they'll send out something like, I shouldn't like that. It's a little inappropriate. I don't want to be involved with that.
It wasn't even no mention.
Yeah.
He didn't even get mentioned. If it was a mention, then you would say, oh, those comments would come up in my. Yeah, he's not even tagged, man. Bro, you looking through comments?
You looking through.
Okay, then I can't really defend.
Who did that? Was it Stephen Hunter earlier this year? Same thing. And again, I know what was everyone's saying right now. Oh, look at the old heads.
Yeah.
Y'all saw it because I'm just saying, man. Like you gotta have better use of your time than doing that, man.
It is a waste of time and a useless exercise, right? Because as he even said, he gets a lot of negative stuff because everybody gets negative stuff. It's just universal now. Nobody likes anybody.
Don't pay attention to that stuff. Just, use it for motivation if you're going to use it at all. But
right.
I don't pay attention to none of that stuff.
And it's your boy Jared Dudley. This is not
cute player. I mean, that's the other thing. Is like they do. More of a skill guy, an IQ guy, and so I don't know.
Yeah, different kinds of players, for sure. All right, here's what The Jump recommends for today. Mark Spears, our buddy from The Undefeated, writes about how Kevin Durant enjoys big city living, something that could play a factor in his impending free agency.
Are there any big cities that might want Kevin Durant?
I don't know. When we come back, though, I'm asking the guys if they would rather have the Raptors or the field to win the East. Stay tuned here on The Jump.
Bro.